Pro Series. Not every motherboard wants the spotlight. Some quietly keep entire offices and studios running for years without a fuss. Pro is MSI's foundation, built for reliability, not for show. These are the boards you'll find in offices, studios, and classrooms, where the goal isn't overclocking but getting real work done day after day. Every Pro motherboard focuses on stability, long lifespan, and compatibility. The unsung heroes that make sure your PC never crashes halfway through a spreadsheet, render, or report. Instead of flashy RGB, you'll see clean, matte designs and straightforward layouts that prioritize airflow and accessibility. They're the choice for system builders who care about uptime and serviceability more than aesthetics. From small businesses assembling fleets of office PCs to engineers who need a solid workstation backbone, the Pro Series represents the business casual of the motherboard world. Practical, understated, and incredibly dependable. But don't mistake its simplicity for weakness. Many Pro boards still carry advanced VRM cooling, fast NVMe support, and memory optimization for professional software. It's the kind of tech that quietly runs the world, the backbone behind the scenes. Not in the spotlight, but keeping everything powered, stable, and smooth. MEG Series. Some motherboards are built for the battlefield, not the office. The MEG Series takes that role. MSI designed it for gamers who care less about glowing RGB effects and more about raw durability, cooling, and tactical reliability. Every MEG board feels like it was engineered for a long campaign. Thick heat sinks, military-grade components, and power phases that stay stable when the CPU's under full assault. The design philosophy came from MSI Arsenal Gaming, the older identity of the series. You can still sense that no-nonsense military tone in its layout and styling. You'll find subtle armor plating, reinforced slots, and BIOS tools meant for hands-on builders who tweak and tune between matches. It's not just about gaming speed, but endurance. Systems that can run extended hours without throttling or instability. In reviews, MEG boards are often praised for value, solid VRM thermals, smart cable routing, and a layout forgiving enough for first-time builders. Whether you're building a budget gaming rig or a mid-range powerhouse, MEG motherboards feel like reliable soldiers. Tough, steady, and never asking for attention while holding the line for years. MPG Series. There's a point where performance meets personality. That's where the MPG series lives. MSI created it for gamers who want both speed and flair, for rigs that not only run hard, but look the part. The performance gaming line pushes past the plain, adding layered RGB lighting, stylized heat spreaders, and bold color accents that scream custom build. But under that flash lies real muscle. These boards often come with advanced VRM setups, PCIe Gen 5 support, and memory tuning features that let you squeeze every MH out of DDR5 kits. The BIOS is clean and responsive, aimed at users who like to experiment without getting lost in menus. MPG boards often hit the sweet spot for gaming enthusiasts. Not as expensive as MEG, not as stripped down as MEG. You'll see them powering competitive esports setups, streaming PCs, and even compact high-end builds. They bridge practicality and ambition. Stable enough for work, flashy enough for play, and tuned for those who treat their gaming rig as both a tool and a personal statement. MEG Series. MEG stands for MSI Enthusiast Gaming, the crown jewel of MSI's motherboard empire. This is where the engineers stop worrying about budgets and start chasing perfection. MEG boards are built for overclockers, competitive gamers, and power users who treat their system like a science project and a sports car rolled into one. Every inch of a MEG board screams precision. Reinforced PCIe slots, server-grade VRMs, heat pipe-connected armor, and BIOS-level controls that let you squeeze out the last 2% of performance. That's MEG territory. When you see names like MEG Ace or MEG Unify, they're not just branding. They're signals that this board was tested under punishment most hardware never sees. In the overclocking scene, MEG boards have set world records, liquid nitrogen pouring over CPUs, frequencies pushed beyond sanity, yet they're still stunningly stable for daily use. MEG is not about flash, it's about control, consistency, and ultimate confidence. When everything in your setup costs more than a used car, MEG is the kind of foundation you trust to hold it together. Creator Series? Creator is MSI's answer to professionals who treat their PC as a studio, not a toy. These motherboards trade flashy RGB lights for subtle design and raw computing precision. They're built for people who edit 8K video, design 3D worlds, or compose film scores with hundreds of tracks. Users who care more about render times than frame rates? The Creator lineup focuses on stability, connectivity, and bandwidth. Think Thunderbolt ports, dual Ethernet, PCIe Gen 5, and high-speed NVMe arrays ready for massive storage projects. Everything is tuned for reliability under heavy workloads. No flickering LEDs, no game gamer aesthetics, just performance that never flinches. A good example is the Creator X299, a board that became a favorite in high-end workstations. It let artists plug in RAID SSDs, 10 GBE networks, and powerful GPUs without bottlenecking. That's what Creator stands for: silence, precision, and strength, hidden behind a clean, minimalist faceplate. It's the motherboard equivalent of a luxury studio monitor. Not loud, but flawless in what it does. WORKSTATION Series. When professionals talk about stability, they're not talking about frame rates. They mean uptime, precision, and reliability under pressure. That's exactly the ground the MSI WORKSTATION Series was built to hold. These boards aren't made for RGB fans or overclocking battles. They're for people who spend their nights rendering 3D scenes, training neural networks, or crunching terabytes of simulation data. They come certified for software like AutoCAD, SolidWorks, and Adobe Premiere, with ECC memory support and reinforced power delivery that never flinches during long, high-load operations. Even their layout feels deliberate. Extra PCIe slots for GPUs or RAID cards, Thunderbolt headers, and high-speed LAN designed for data-heavy workflows. Everything about a workstation board feels like it's engineered by someone who values silence, stability, and sheer endurance. While gaming boards chase higher clocks, these focus on never crashing mid-project, because in this world, one blue screen could cost thousands of dollars in days of work. This is MSI's quiet powerhouse, built not for show but for those whose machines are their livelihood. Carbon Series. Carbon is where MSI fuses gaming power with luxury design. A motherboard that performs like a race car and looks like one too. With sleek carbon fiber aesthetics and RGB lighting that feels more like a statement than decoration, Carbon targets gamers who want their rigs to feel alive. It's the choice for those who build PCs not just to play but to showcase. Beneath the surface, Carbon boards are built with premium VRMs, lightning-fast DDR5 support, and PCIe 5.0 lanes to keep GPUs and SSDs running at full speed. Features like Wi-Fi 7, 2.5G LAN, and reinforced slots make sure nothing throttles performance. But Carbon's identity goes beyond specs. It's the bridge between performance and personality. Consider the Z790 Carbon. It's a motherboard that turns cable management, lighting sync, and thermal design into an art form. Even the smallest details, like carbon textured shields or seamless heatsink integration, remind you this isn't mass-produced tech. It's craftsmanship aimed at enthusiasts who treat their build like a work of engineering art. Carbon is for those who don't just play the game. They engineer their own stage. GODLIKE Series. GODLIKE isn't just a name. It's MSI's ultimate expression of excess, engineering, and ego in motherboard form. Built for those who want absolutely everything, this series exists at the top of the MSI food chain, where limits are meant to be broken and price tags don't matter. Each GODLIKE board looks and feels like a sci-fi artifact. Every inch is armored, lit, and tuned for overkill. Dual Thunderbolt ports, insane VRM designs, multiple PCIe 5.0 slots, and support for terabytes of ultra-fast NVMe storage. It's not designed to be practical. It's designed to show what's possible when engineering isn't restrained by budget or sanity. The GODLIKE line was never about good enough. It was about shattering benchmarks, setting world record overclocks, and being the board reviewers use when they want to test the best. You'll find OLED screens built right onto the PCB, customizable displays, and cooling systems that rival liquid loops. Owning a GODLIKE board is like driving a hypercar. Most people don't need it, but everyone knows it's the pinnacle. It's the motherboard that doesn't just run a PC, it rules it. Done watching. If you like this video, hit subscribe for more cool stuff.